Welcome back to Daggerfall. Today we're doing some quests in Sentinel. There are 4 quests taking place in Sentinel, and we should be able to get through 2 of them. All 4 of them involve a dungeon crawl. So that's going to be very much fun. Before that though, I went and got a couple more items for my character. You can see that we are just loaded with jewelry. Jewelry is a girl's best friend after all. We got ourselves a new dress. I don't know why my foot... apparently the entire dress is in front of my feet. I am not wearing this dress properly, apparently. And I have an ebony helmet. It's the only ebony item I could find, unfortunately, and I had to get very lucky to do so. So that's cool. And I also went and bought a couple of books. There are lots and lots of books you can collect and read in Daggerfall. It's so amazing how many books they wrote just so you could read them and get like all sorts of world info. Why, I happen to have a biography of Queen Baranziah right here. So let's read it. Let's see here. He hiked her skirt up and pulled her onto his lap so she sat astride facing him. He opened her shirt and pulled it down on her shoulders so that her breasts were exposed. Nice pair, kid. She was facing the wall, but she could feel the stares of the other patrons. A hush had fallen over the place. Even the bard had stilled. She felt both nausea and a hot burning desire. Her hands released his... What am I reading? Oh. Moving on. So we have got... Some time ago we got a letter from the Prince of Sentinel, and he wants, apparently has some information for us. So Sentinel is all the way down here, and a really weird thing about this game is that there is this one tiny little island, Sibiades. Sibiades? I don't know. I think I've heard the pronunciation somewhere, but Sibiades has absolutely no towns, no dungeons on it, at least as far as you know at the beginning of the game. There is a single dungeon on this island, but there's no way to actually discover the dungeon. No quests go out to it. You can never get a map to it. So the only way to know that there's a dungeon out there, it's not even on the main island actually, it's like out in the ocean. Really weird. The only way to know it's there is to actually swim across this giant ocean and go get to it. That's all. There's not even anything interesting in the dungeon anyways. So yeah, just thought I'd say something about it. Let's go to Sentinel. And since this is an entirely different province from High Rock, we're now in Hammerfell, so the building textures change, which is really, really nice. And it is really rather convenient that I entered from the west, I think. From the west going east. Because if you enter the town that way, then the Mages Guild is actually not far from where you start. I can see it in the distance right there. And Castle Sentinel itself is right behind it. So we just gotta walk out there towards it. The part of the main quest that takes place in Sentinel is rather strange because the reward you get for it is basically some map locations that are going to be very important later, but it's entirely possible to discover those map locations on your own or through other means. If you know where they are, then you can actually skip all of the Sentinel quests and you don't need to worry about it whatsoever. Just as long as you know where you're going. But most players wouldn't know where they're going, and I am trying to do all of the quests in the main quests, including the optional ones. So we'll drop anchor here and enter the castle. Castle Sentinel, in addition to actually looking like a castle, is one of the most complex places ever. More on that later. Prince Lotan is right here, sitting on the floor for some reason. Doesn't seem very prince-like, considering all the other nobles are just standing. So let's see, I know some things about Lysandus and why he might be haunting Daggerfall, but before I tell you, you have to promise to do something for me first. Oh, of course we do! So, for this quest, Lotan wants us to find information about his older brother, who died very young, but he always gets a different story whenever he asks how this missing prince died, so it'll be up to us to find the truth. Now, this quest is actually mentioned in later Elder Scrolls games in a book you can find. And in the book, the prince obviously has a canonized name, but in Daggerfall, he has a randomized name. So I think that's really weird, that they would canonize a character's name. Like, but we'll ask NPCs about it, or we'll try to ask NPCs about it. They have to cooperate. Come on, please cooperate. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Well, this is what they says. He was the only prince never to receive a public funeral. Huh. How very strange. Very, very weird. Oh, hello there. What is this? It is a letter. If you are interested in learning the truth, meet me at the Rat and Sword in... I'm not gonna pronounce it, but... That's interesting, we got a letter from somebody. I heard that game. Alright, the Rat and Sword. That's what it was called. Taverns, the Rat and Sword. Jeez. There we go. Good as new. You know, this town seems like an exact copy of another town I've seen. Chalk it up to copy and paste environments. Camel! There are camels. Which makes sense, it is desert country after all. So let's find the NPC. Oh, jeez. This tavern style is very confusing. Up we go. The NPC is usually on the second floor. Here we go! It has come to our attention that the Underking is being wrongly accused of abducting the prince. Before you judge, check into the fortress of Fore-Jinn. Alright then. I'll believe you, Mr. Random NPC that I don't know. I mean, it's the only lead we've really got, so I guess we have no choice. The quest location that you're after can be in only one of 2 dungeons, because the game, the Sentinel region, only has 2 dungeons of the type that the game is calling for. So the Fortress of Fore-Jinn it is. Oh, for the love of... That is not a fortress. It looks exactly like Tristor Laboratory. Come on, you guys. Like, put actual fortresses there. You can make tree dungeons if you want to, but, like, it's called the Fortress of Fore-Jinn, not the tree stump of Fore-Jinn. Anyway, please wait patiently 1 second while I grab my map. Alright, this dungeon looks just a teensy bit confusing, but we'll go for it. Immediately after we enter, there should be a possible quest location right here. And we've got werewolves, and all sorts of other enemies that want to put the hurt on us. There's actually a quest location right here, but it doesn't appear to be here. So, we will head west to this boulder, go north down this path, and turn this way. Oh, hello there, sir. You appear to be stuck in your mid-swing animation. Can I help you with that? So are you gonna do something, or what? Oh, did I actually pacify him with my orcish skill? That'd be really weird, but apparently I did. He ain't moving. Alright then. We need to be heading south down here, and there's another possible quest location in here. Let's see. Is there a hidden door or something? At the bottom of this passage is a small cavern in quest location 2. Okay. Well, I guess it's not in here. So we'll have to keep looking. Alright, so I got a little confused following my map, but I think I'm on the right track now. So let's keep going. Oh boy. See, these dungeons are still convoluted no matter how I slice it. Okay, so I've been to this room. It had a little pedestal with a treasure pile on it and a couple of orcs. It's obviously going to be more wereboars. I hope I don't get infected by the wereboars. The boars are awful, and they make the most annoying noises. I don't want to be one of them. Let's see, from here I go north. And through here. At least I'm out of that cave system. Oh, jeez. Talk about spider caves. More spiders than Minecraft. Let's see, where am I going here? Oh, whoops. How is anyone supposed to know where they're going in these dungeons? It's so weird. I wish the quest location turned out to be the one at the start of the dungeon so I wouldn't have to go through all of this. See, turn that way. I better clear out the enemies. Oh look, bedrooms. Why are there bedrooms? Who knows? Let's see, and in this room we have candles. Let's see, we went west through that door. So we go through the north door now. Upstairs. Those guys. And what do we do in this room? It's got tables. There's only one way to go. Oh, now there isn't. There's more than one way to go now. Let's see, go east from here. What? Didn't I go in that? South and go east. Oh, whoops. I should actually look at the game while I'm moving around in it. I think I got hit. That's a good sign. Oh, we have treasure piles. This book is A Dubious Tale of the Crystal Tower. Oh, okay then. Lots of... You know, I'll just take all of the alchemy ingredients. They're expensive and can be sold for a lot of money later. The Danger Hearts especially. Let's see. Alright, so that room apparently had the third quest location, and there's only 4 of them in the Fortress of Fore-Jinn, which is making me even more annoyed. I'm gonna rest and get my health back. Oh, my Orcish skill has improved. How nice. Let's see, return to the room containing the tables and the benches. Would that be this room? Yes. From this, that's the... Through here. So there's only one quest location we haven't checked out yet, and I should be very careful with the doors. Yeah, now I'm lost. Maybe it's all the way down at the bottom. It is! A death certificate. What even is a death certificate? And it's right next to a torture device. That's spooky. So let's see what it says. 2 days I was sealed within this crypt without food or water. I do not know whether hunger or poor health are one of the creatures who share this dank hole. Please pick your words more carefully, man. Let's see. I'm 15 years old at the time of this writing and have been plagued with bad health. So basically, the missing prince has been plagued with bad health, and his parents have basically been hoping for him to die of disease or something because he was a scholar, not a warrior. The first scholar king in the history of Sentinel, or at least he would have been. Let's see here. So it looks like his parents just threw him in the dungeon. Oh my goodness, this letter is long. What was I saying about Daggerfall and walls of text? Like, it's not hard to say, the king and queen threw me in this dungeon and left me to die. It's not hard to say that. One sentence at most. Had I only had the strength of a more powerful body like that, but I did not study magic. I studied history, so I leave this letter not to revenge myself, but as an historic document. Whatever, let's get out of here. I hate this dungeon and I don't want to spend any more time in it. Jeez, couldn't it have just been at the first quest location like that was right inside? So you can give the death certificate to the queen if you feel like being an idiot. She'll burn it and you fail the quest. So don't do that. I mean, you kind of have to go out of your way to get to the queen anyhow. So, Loden tells us about Medora Durrani, who was the court sorceress of Daggerfall that Lysandus was having an affair with. During the war, the queen found out and banished her to a tower out in the middle of an island, the Isle of Balfiera. So, it looks like we're going to have to go to that tower and find her if we want to get anywhere with Lysandus. And we now have the location of that tower, so that was very convenient. And we get a free bracer. A magic bracer, in fact. I'm gonna... Thank you very much. I'm gonna go straight to the Mages Guild and see if I can get them to identify the item. Geronimo! Ouchies. Oh yeah, here's what the inside of the Sentinel Mages Guild looks like, by the way. I have to find the item identifier, though. You know, I should probably just make the spell that allows me to identify items myself, because that is a thing you can do. Alright, so that's where she is. Powers unknown, but not anymore. What do we have here? Bracer of the Orc Lord. Cast when held, or strength. So this is a pretty nice item. It'll increase our strength while we have it equipped. You can see that there's an icon in the upper left part of the screen. Let's see how much it does. Well, it maxed out our strength. Doesn't look like it goes over 100 though, which is weird. I thought I made a slight modification to the game that allows attributes to go over 100. Maybe it's a roll and I'm just unlucky. So it turns out you need to be level 7 in order to take on the next quest. You know what that means. There we go. That wasn't hard at all. Let's put this all into endurance. Do you hear something? What's that? That is a zombie. Hello, zombie. Very strange. How much damage did it just do? Stitched into the zombie's decaying flesh, you see the following message. Oh! It would be an honor to have you visit me in my demesne at your convenience. I have a small matter that you are ideally suited for. As always, my servants will test your mettle. Feel free to dispense with them. They can always be raised again. The King of Worms. Oh, goody. What could he possibly want? So, do we do his quest, or do we do the other one? Because there's two quests that require level 7, and we have only... Well, we don't have the letter for the other one yet, so I guess it's off to Scourge Barrow. Well, suppose it's fine with me. It's gonna take a while to get there. We have to go into Scourge Barrow, and we have to, where's the door? There it is. In fact, I should probably set my anchor here instead of over in Sentinel. Alright. In we go. Same path to the King of Worms as usual, so we'll have to get rid of the 2 zombies again. The quest that we're about to go on is absolutely required for the main quest, by the way. It's not optional, and I don't really get why it's not optional, because it doesn't seem to have anything to do with the rest of the plot, other than what you're told as your reward for completing it. Oh, I got a backstab. Not that I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it's an instant crit. Do we have to break the door down again? Okay. I hear noises. It's probably just the enemies. I hope my messenger was gentle. Nice guy, isn't he? You have been a loyal servant in the past. Not as loyal as my living dead, but far more versatile. I delivered like 2 letters, dude. What are you talking about? Are there quests for you or something? My need involves the lowest depths of Castle Sentinel, and the reward is knowledge that only the dead can provide. Well, how can I resist an offer like that, Mr. King of Worms? I am looking for the answer to a question. It doesn't exist among the living, but may exist among the dead. 42. Sorry, I had to. I want you to bring me back the ghost of Prince Careless, the great-grandfather of the late King Cameron of Sentinel. Let's see, he is now a lich deep in the bowels of the castle. Come on, man! Choose your words more carefully. I'm giving you a special scarab. If it is close to him when you destroy his physical body, his soul will be trapped in the scarab. Okay. That is very kind of you to make it nice and convenient for me. Let's get out of here. There is such a thing as soul trapping in this game, but you have to, like, in order to use it, you have to be a certain rank in one of the guilds, because you won't get soul gems unless you take on a certain quest that we might do a little later. So let's go ahead and re-anchor ourselves, because you have to cast the anchor again. And what's this? Oh, this must be the other letter. Your presence is in. How are there so many typos after installing the bug fixes? The Queen wants to see us. Well, we can talk to her, but we probably won't do her quest until later. So we should probably avoid talking to her. Away we go. Time to infiltrate Castle Sentinel. Alright, it's time to infiltrate Castle Sentinel. This castle, this is one of the most complicated castles I've ever seen, and because it's not randomized, I can't blame the procedurally generated anything for it. It's just a massively overcomplicated dungeon, and I don't like it. How you're supposed to do this without a walkthrough is beyond me. Alright. So the throne room is actually not immediately inside the castle like in the other castles. You have to go through this little courtyard, go to this elevator, No idea how they managed to get an elevator in a castle in, like, a medieval fantasy setting, but I guess it's some kind of magic. Here's the throne room. We're not going to talk with the queen quite yet because we have to go and kill a lich. Let's see. Right through this passage is where we're going. And nobody's going to object to me running around down here, apparently. So... we have to... there's going to be lots and lots of annoying elevators, annoying levers you have to pull. It's a puzzle to get through this place. Even with a walkthrough, it's very easy to mess up one step in the process and have to follow the walkthrough from the beginning all over again. Spoiler alert, this is my second attempt trying to do it. So we'll just head this way. If I get another level up while I'm attempting this dungeon over and over, then, you know, it's fine. And this isn't the only castle with a dungeon in it that you have to go through as part of the main quest either. You have to go through Castle Wayrest eventually if you're doing all the quests, and of course you have to infiltrate Castle Daggerfall. The castle dungeons are honestly very, very annoying. So let's check and make sure I'm going the right way here. Let's see. Keep going this way, I think. Yeah, I know which way I'm going now. I want one of these enemies to have a magic item on them so bad. Let's see, south. And we will see an elevator. Ride it to the first opening, the walkthrough says. There, that's what I missed the first time. So there's the first lever that you have to pull. Get used to them, we'll be seeing a lot more of them. Let's see, we now need to get on the elevator and ride it all the way up to the top. So we'll have to pull the elevator down. And then I will just levitate because I don't want to wait for the elevator. So all of the levers in this dungeon... where's the opening? It's right there. All the levers operate these blue force field kind of things, and our target is right behind that passage, right there. You can obviously see that it's being blocked. So we'll have to figure out the puzzle. Let's see, we ride this elevator down to the bottom. And there's going to be an annoying wraith. We will want to kill it now while it's trapped behind a force field. Just as soon as the elevator gets down there. It's right over there. That enemy normally fires lots of projectiles at me, so I'm glad it didn't. So this elevator, I will just levitate up. We don't have to go to the top, but we have to go to the second opening. So there's the first. And there's the second. There's going to be a spider here. Am I hitting it? Okay. And there will be yet another elevator. I can't jump. Why can't I jump? Guess you can't jump while levitating. Up we go. And I need to briefly check the map. But I presume we go up there. Alright, so we go up here. Follow this path all the way up here. There's going to be a lever. We pull it. We come back to the elevator. Let's see. Go north through here, because that elevator opened up all of these rooms for us. Well, it opened up this path. We gotta take the elevator all the way down, so we'll levitate our way there. When we get all the way down, there will be a room with torture instruments, a ghost, and another lever that we pull. There's the ghost. There's the lever. And there's not really anything else in here, so... up we go. I will check the map one more time. Alright, so we take this elevator down. I don't know what I missed in my previous attempt. This game and its lever puzzles confused me. We gotta ride this elevator all the way down too. I'll levitate down again. So that force field that was blocking the Wraith, which no longer is there, is going to be gone. And we have a lever here. Pull this. And I'm not going to ride that elevator. Well, the other elevator's not here. So we'll levitate up through here. And I swear, if I see that the room is blocked for some reason, I'm going to be very, very annoyed, because I must have done this quest dozens of times in the past using this same walkthrough. Am I going to run out of levitate time? I guess I'll recast it. It's blocked! It's blocked! What is going on? I don't get this. Why is it blocked? Have I forgotten to... oh dear. How did I take fall damage? I casted levitate. Oh boy. I assume that I have to pull this. And that's probably a bad assumption. There we go. Okay, so you do have to pull that lever. I don't know why it didn't tell me to. Did it tell me to? Pull this lever. It didn't tell me not to pull that one. I wound up doing this dungeon 2 times for nothing. Whatever. The Lich is right down this way. I'm going to rest before taking it on. I have lots and lots of health, but Liches are still very annoying because they have, like, explosive spellcasting. They could murder me in seconds if I'm not careful. But then again, with all of my magical immunities, look how much magic it just unloaded onto me. Look how much damage it did. You expect somebody to take this on at level 7? Over 100 points of damage. Well, it's got lots and lots of gold, and as you can see, we have now captured the prince, or the king, or the... I'm just gonna teleport all the way back to Scourge Barrow, because that's where I set the anchor. This better be worth it. Is this even the... oh, jeez. I'm just losing my mind here. At least my magic skills are going up. Let's see what the King of Worms has to say about this one. I really should set an anchor to get back out of here quickly. In fact, let's do that. Let's ignore the zombies. I won't kill him this time. I'm a nice guy like that. Very generous hitboxes these things have. Let's hope we never have to talk with this guy ever again. I'm sure the prince will be most cooperative. Please accept this kite shield as a token of my appreciation. It better have a good enchantment. In addition, I have decided that it's time for someone outside of Tiber Septim's line to know the truth about the Underking. As you know, Tiber Septim was the first emperor of Tamriel. Toward the end of his wars of conquest, he betrayed his battle mage Zurin Arctus. When Zurin died, his soul refused to leave his body. Something to do with the mysterious Numidium. Since that time, Zurin Arctus has lived on as the Underking. Alright, that's interesting. The Underking and his agents have been a thorn in my side for centuries. Just remember, should the Underking regain his mortal body, he would surely throw all of Tamriel into conflict. Oh gee, that's certainly not going to be important later. It's a good thing the kite shield is iron, by the way, because that means I can actually equip it. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it before, but this tapestry, you can click it for free levitation, just in case you need to get out of here and don't have a teleport anchor. Uh-oh. Almost clipped into the void. That is the end of that. You see what I mean about these quests being extremely annoying? Alright, let's travel all the way back to Sentinel. Oh dear. I will identify the magic item that we got, and then we'll call it a video. And what do we have here? We have Kite Shield of Iron Will. Cast when held, Iron Will. Oh, so it is steel after all. Oh. Okay. That is the end of that. We got the item identified, we got 2 of the 4 Sentinel quests done. Next time, we will go and infiltrate another castle.